like, that's always one of my most annoying tropes, is just, like, the concept of, oh, we succeeded in getting we as the heroes succeeded in getting the MacGuffin. Oops, by happenstance, the bad guys took it from us. Like, I hate the concept of bad guys get the MacGuffin because plot. But I understand, like, it's part of storytelling and shit like that, so it's just something that infuriates me. Hello, everybody. My name is Kazm, Vulfhart, aka King Kazm, whatever you want to call me. Damn it. And welcome back to Genshin Impact. Noise too high. Tired. I am giving y'all a fair warning. I'm exhausted. Okay, now that's all active, so I can go ahead and farm that. I got a bit more information. Hang on, I want to switch characters. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what I've been doing off camera. That's not it. That's what I wanted. I have been leveling up Kanich and Zillinan, as well as a bunch of my other characters. I have a bunch of level 70s. And I'm almost getting these characters up to snuff. Like I said, I'm tired. I'm going to be messing up my words. Bear with me. I was told the main reason that I should wait for using my actual wishes is because the next one works well with Kanich, and since Kanich is like one of my favorite characters, that's why I'm going to hold off and wait. But I'll do some polls on the Acquaintance. I haven't been getting a lot of them, so kind of have to deal with it, I guess. Oh, and I completed the Mondstadt's achievement. Where is it? This one. Mondstadt City of Wind. I completed all of the area, or all of the achievements anyway. It's not really all of the area. I'm still missing a bunch of chests. But that got me a bunch of points to get, Prima Gems to get, wow, maybe I shouldn't have recorded today. I am struggling. To get, I'm about to bite something. I'm getting irritated. That got me enough to get, please wake up. Prima Gems to get, Intertwine Fates. What are you? You're the Electro Regisvine. Which I do need to... Okay, so you need... You're easy to get. This one. Jade Plume Terror Shroom. That is a new boss. Where is the closest warp point for that? It's over here. Wait. I think there was a different boss I needed to fight. Wait, give me a second. It's not you. You're Fontaine, which I don't want to go to yet. Damn it. I can't go to your region because it's locked off until I beat Leeway, which really isn't going to be that much longer. You're Fontaine. You're easy to get. You're the Regisvine. You're the same as Dia. And you're the same as Dia.
Oh, how many forging commissions do I still have to finish? Let's see.
Okay, actually, you know what? Instead, we'll go ahead and finish off Liyue. And if it unlocks Inazuma immediately afterwards, then I will go ahead and fight the boss in Inazuma. Because some of the bosses in Inazuma I really need. I was told there's like 3 different trounce bosses in Inazuma, which is insane. Madam Ping. Alright, let's complete this.
Oh, well, since we're going through with this rite of parting, I guess it means that those rumors hit the nail on the head.
So Rex Lapis is really...
No, he's not.
But they didn't catch the culprit, did they?
Oh, come on. Do you think that the assassin could have been a normal person? You know what I think? I don't think any of the gossip on the streets you hear from those shady types is worth anything. There's only one real possibility in my mind. I've heard that the assassin was that Fatui fellow. Youngish, pretty high in rank. I think they called him Child.
Because he is a child.
Fatui? They certainly are very suspicious. Who knows what those greedy, crooked folks...
Shh! Lower your voice. If the Fatui catch you in their sights, Rex Lapis won't be around to protect you this time.
You know that god from the ocean couldn't have just shown up out of nowhere. I mean, it's been 2,000
I'm
years
wondering who's
since
going to be
Rex
the
Lapis
next
subdued it.
Geo Archon and how that's decided.
Yes, and to think that this happened right on the heels of the incident with Rex Lapis, too.
Say, do you think the person who assassinated our lord and released that evil god might have been one and the same?
Now that you mention it, that's very possible. Yes, it's very possible indeed. I mean, it all fits together. That person must have colluded with the evil god to harm Rex Lapis. Oh, that wicked, black-hearted scoundrel. Still,
I agree.
What sort of supernatural prowess must this person possess to be able to do such things? I have never heard of such a person in all my years.
Ah, forget it. Guessing's no use to us. Look, the Millilith over there looks like he's about to make an announcement.
Oh.
Let's hear what the Ministry of Civil Affairs has to
Just
say
watched
first.
him walk over. And it didn't register in my brain. Oh. Never mind. I was wrong. I'm tired. Leave me alone.
Hear ye all, the Chising's words. Though a dragon soars ageless as the mountains, it too must return to dust. This is common knowledge. Gods and Adepti live glorious lives, but both light and shadow have their season. So too must they face divinely appointed trials. Rumors and hearsay abound on the streets that Rex Lapis was murdered. Now, let the truth be revealed. Having been thwarted in his trial, Rex Lapis's soul has recouped the celestial heights. He beseeches the people of Liyue to grieve not, and to
Liyue.
let not their hearts be saddened.
Lewis pronounced so weird. It's almost like it's pronounced lazily.
Nor are they to believe street-born rumors or indulge in baseless speculation.
Oh, sudden turn.
Paimon needs a translation on what the Chising's announcement... So that's how they're spinning it.
I mean, it's not like I can actually...
Something feels off. Why would they suddenly give up looking for the murderer? Not to mention how this excuse sounds like something they just made up on the spot. Could the Chising already have known that Rex Lapis wasn't dead? But Zhang Li said that neither they nor the Adepti
I believe
knew
Ningguang
anything.
actually figured it out.
Did Zhang Li tell them in secret after his gnosis changed hands? Exactly, right? Ooh, seems like the rite of parting has been going on for a while now.
I want to take a moment to, like, acknowledge something. So, obviously, what we are facing with right now is classic Spot the Protagonist game. Obviously, those characters are main characters, like right above Kenich's head. And we've interacted with them. But upon walking through here the first time, I immediately would have registered that those three, like these three right here, are important characters just by how colorful they are. Like, if you look at the Liwa... every time I hear it, it feels like I need to let my jaw just go lazy. But, obviously, like, the main... like, the non-main character colors are kind of, like, dullish. And then the main characters are just vibrant colorations.
Look, it's Ningguang and Keqing. Are they saying something? Are their speeches over?
As said previously, Rex Lapis's soul returning to the heavens is the end of the contract. And it is also the end of an era.
3,700 years of contracts burnt and reduced to ash.
We, the people of Liyue, were indeed prosperous. But blinded by our prosperity, we forgot that time can be pitiless.
The long, unending dream of our Archon walking among us.
Now that we have awoken from our dream, we must learn to say farewell. Will you stand with us as we re-establish our contracts? As we build a new age of prosperity?
So concludes the words of Her Eminence the Tianquan. Does Her Eminence the Yuheng have anything to add?
Huh? Is she looking this way?
Traveler.
Yikes! She really is looking our way.
I think so, Paimon.
Is that the traveler who they say defeated the ancient god?
So young.
The Liyue Qixing always repay their debts. And as you have heard, our eyes see far and our reach is long. Name your price. You deserve that much.
Whoa.
Paimon, keep your mouth shut.
Well, could you help me put up some missing person posters?
Is... what? What? Hang on. So my tired-ass brain is screaming, is this the first time we've heard him talk not outside of battle? Or outside of battle? Like, I'm genuinely trying to remember now. Have we heard him talking, well, the main character talking outside of the possibly the intro sequence? I'm drawing a blank. Somebody comment down below. Let me know. Who do I talk to Madam Pink? I don't want to observe the bell. I want to talk to Madam Ping.
As for the mortal...
Yes, you were one of them. I believe it's the named
And
characters.
I think I'd put my best perfume on before coming here, thinking you'd like it. But it seems as if those perfumes really were meant to be offered to Rex Lapis.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's fine. Suffer no rivals in love, they say. And that's 3 gone in 1 stroke.
You worry me.
Ah, Rex Lapis. Oh, Rex Lapis. Now that I think about it, if everyone's of the same mind as me...
I'm actually looking for somebody. There he is.
Perhaps mementos for Rex Lapis might be the best short-term business opportunity.
Ha! I knew I was... I'm in water!
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Paimon, read the room.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Shinya kiosk.
Are you actually going to pay?
That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Shinya kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do lack the Mora.
But why would Morax lack Mora?
As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But since I have chosen to walk this earth as the mortal Zhongli, I should abide by the same rules that mortals do. When I was journeying
Okay,
with
so he
you,
does still have his power.
though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder. Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives.
I'm still mad at the route he took to do all this. Mainly because I'm just mad that the bad guys got the MacGuffin again.
The Archon
That's one of my most...
Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people.
Like, that's always one of my most annoying tropes, is just like the concept of, oh, we succeeded in getting the... we as the heroes succeeded in getting the MacGuffin. Oops, by happenstance, the bad guys took it from us. Like, I hate the concept of bad guys get the MacGuffin because plot. But I understand, like, it's part of storytelling and shit like that, so... It's just something that infuriates me.
I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. Yes, the nation has been closed by order of its deity.
Oh, lovely.
The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year.
I blame the Fatui.
Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
What?
Visions?
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Interesting.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun began promulgating the Vision Hunt Decree.
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
Okay, brain's ticking here. So, people of Teyvat view the visions as blessings from the gods. The only way it wouldn't be viewed as a blessing, or the only reason that Raiden would do this is if, well, I don't know the actual reason. The only reason I'm thinking of right now is because the gods from the other nations are favoring her people more than she is.
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity.
Yeah, but that's not a feasible thing.
Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods, and of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles.
Am I gonna hate Raiden?
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? Ah, that was a good one. Failing a divine trial. How they came up with that excuse, I will never know. That said, the reason why the Qixing were so eager to resolve the incident and stop pursuing the culprit was indeed because they received news in secret that Rex Lapis was not dead. I hinted as much to the Adepti as well. How did I accomplish that, you ask? Have you ever heard of this particularly convenient Adepti art known as
didn't Ningguang
gifting
say that
dreams and
Rex
visions?
Lapis appeared to her in a dream?
All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
Yeah, about that. Before the Qixing made their announcement, we listened to a lot of people talking on the way. Most of them put the blame for everything on Child.
These are indeed false accusations.
No, not!
But it remains undeniably true that Child did send people to the Jade Chamber to prevent the Adepti and the Qixing from defeating the ancient god.
No, it is partially his fault. He was going around riling people up.
I've heard that Ningguang is busy milking that for all it's worth on the foreign relations front at the moment, browbeating the envoys of the Fatui. Ha! Those poor Snezhnayan diplomats. If it were not for Child's exalted position as a harbinger, I'm certain that they would have shifted all the blame to him and called for his dismissal by now. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know? The time of the Adepti has long passed. If even the Liyue Qixing don't want to face that truth, then what future is there for Liyue? Kuching is absolutely right in saying this. Now, though I did laud Ningguang's desire for power, believing this to be a good thing, and thought as a matter of course that she must have been behind the Qixing's plan to take governing power over Liyue from the hands of the gods and Adepti, could the original person who brought up the idea of seizing power have been... All right then. Was there anything else?
That's right. Zhongli, now that you don't have your gnosis, what's going to happen to all the Mora in Teyvat? Since Morax is dead, are they all just... Also, isn't the Golden House the only mint in the entire continent? Will it even continue to work?
The Mora present now will not vanish. But the Golden House will indeed have to cease operations for a lengthy period of time, since creating Mora requires the use of the Geo-Archon's
So the
power.
Gnosis is the Archon.
This is terrible! We're all about to run out of Mora! The world is coming to an end!
The Mora isn't getting destroyed, dummy.
Yes, this is indeed a major issue from a financial standpoint. Well, I suppose we'll just leave such troublesome
Then, did you at least set some private funds?
Oh, a private fund. This does seem like a...
What's a shame?
It's a shame that I didn't think of it at the time.
Zhongli, you're an idiot.
All right, then. Was there anything... Well, then. I suppose you'll have to find a way to get inside this closed nation. Have patience. I suspect that some serendipity must first come into play.
Finally done. Let me get these. Let me get these goodies. Oh, also I can upgrade my adventure rank again. I'm not doing that because I have a sanity. Where? Give me one moment. Cancel navigation, please. Thank you. I have too many things popping up on my screen. That completed my dailies. Neat. Oh, and I get a goodie. It's an intertwined fate. It's fine. It's fine. Intertwined fates are fine. What is... Okay. So that was the commissions being completed. What event just activated? Yay! I can finally do this! Wait. I have time! Yeet! I should probably upgrade Traveler's Talent. Or Constellation. I'm missing two, but I actually know where they are. The wind one, I have no idea. Like, the last wind constellation, I have no idea where that is. Animo. I should say Animo.
Ah, children, come, come. You've arrived at just the right moment. I've been looking for you.
Oh, what is it, Granny? Need any help?
Oh, no, no. You've done so much for Liyue Harbor already. I could hardly ask for more. In fact, my old friends and I have been putting our heads together to think of what sort of gift we might give you in return.
A gift? For Paimon?
Oh, child, you are so very modest. Uncommonly so, even. But you mustn't decline this gift. I simply won't allow it.
Man, I hate forced gifts.
When you traversed my old teapot in search of the cleansing bell, I heard your little friend mention that you often camp out in the wilds. That simply won't do. Especially since I imagine you still have a very long journey ahead of you. Fortunately, I have not yet grown so old as to see my subspace creation abilities atrophy. Oh, did my friends never mention that to you? Well then, it is a blessing we old folks once received from Rex Lapis, part of our illumination, if you will. I will not go into too much detail, but subspace creation is the ability to create a small, autonomous pocket world. The teapot that you entered previously was a little trinket created using that ability.
So, in the eyes of an Adeptus, creating a magic teapot world is just child's play, huh?
Oh, indeed, the teapot is nothing to boast of. One such as myself must depart from this realm to create a world of one's own. Rex Lapis, on the other hand, moved mountains and seas. That is what one might call an exercise of true power.
No, yours is actually a little bit more powerful, to be honest. Because you have to break through the confines of this dimension in order to do that, which takes a lot more power than just moving a mountain or seas. Although, I guess it's dependent on the physics of this world and the rules of its reality. In all honesty, the amount of energy it would take to slip between dimensions in this the Genshin Impact world might be less than that it takes to make a mountain, which would explain why people teleport a lot.
But that's enough nostalgia for now. The gift that I have prepared for you.
That's right! Finding stuff's what we're good at, after all.
Oh, settle down now, children. There's no need for you to go running hither and thither. I have already found a fleet-footed youngster to prepare what I need. What's more, I doubt that you would know how to find the materials I am searching for. Some of them are very rare indeed these days. Well, for starters, I require some shimmer soil from the banks of Dihua Marsh. Back in the day, it could only be found where the glazed lilies thrived most profusely. You would have to dig downward, following the roots of the glazed lilies, and if you were lucky enough, you just might find a small patch of shimmer soil there. But almost no one has been able to find shimmer soil in this manner since Dihua Marsh came to be the way it is today. Even more difficult to find is smaragdus jadeite, which must be chiseled from the rock of the Kazm.
Didn't I get that?
Or so it used to be. Ever since the Blackcliff Forge opened for business, they've slowly but surely stripped the mines all but completely bare of it. In any case, smaragdus jadeite is an adepti treasure, and the adeptal power within is not something that most humans can withstand. Extended contact with it is, in fact, harmful to humans. Goodness knows if that child will succeed in finding...
Well, since you're an Adeptus, Granny, the person you asked for help, they must be an Adeptus too, right?
Yes. I suppose she does count as an Adeptus.
She counts? How come there are so many Adepti in Liyue Harbor? We seem to bump into them all the time. It feels like even when you go out to eat, you could be sitting next to an Adeptus and never even know it.
Oh, maybe so. Who can say? A fair few of my old friends are rather fond of mundane mortal life, after all.
There's an Adeptus on the screen that isn't the Granny.
I'm back, Granny. Oh, I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to do the honors. This child here is Yanfei. She's the one helping run some errands for me. Yanfei, I believe you already heard of the Traveler and his traveling companion.
Of course, who hasn't? Much has been written about
like
you
her
in
outfit.
Millelith's records. You became one of Liyue's most wanted after the Millelith marked you as a suspect following the incident at the Rite of Dissension. After which, you fought off the Millelith at Julian Karst and made contact with the Fatui, before finally defeating an ancient god together with Granny and her associates, and subsequently being cleared of any and all suspicion by the Chiseng. What a shame. A shame that we didn't meet sooner.
Haha. Wait, what's that called? Oh crap. This is gonna bug me so much. It's misdirection of a sort, but I can't remember exactly what it's called.
If we had, well, I can't say that I would have been able to clear you of suspicion immediately, but it certainly would have been less, embarrassing for you. Allow me to introduce myself once more. I'm Yanfei, a legal advisor. Got a legal problem? You can come right to me.
Oh no, she's a lawyer!
Oh, yes. Here's my business card. You'll find it has my contact details and office address. Keep it handy.
Wait, contact details? How do we contact each other?
If you have an urgent issue, just leave me a note at this address. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention, I offer a very generous discount for first-time customers.
1% off?
All right, Yanfei, all right. Let's get to the business at hand. I do not think these two are in any dire need of legal assistance at the moment.
Subverting expectations. There we go.
You'll have to excuse Yanfei. She's always been like this. Ever the talkative one when it comes to her own
Paimon was gonna ask the same question. You seem really different from the ones we've met before.
An Adeptus? I guess. Kinda. My old man said he was one anyway. He mentioned that he once campaigned with Rex Lapis for a long old time, and then after that was all over, he went back and married my mom. They had me, and once I was all grown up, the two of them upped and left on a journey, leaving me with Granny here.
Interesting.
Well, that's a bit casual for an Adeptus. Aren't you guys supposed to sign solemn contracts to protect Liyue Harbor and all that stuff? What do you mean he just went back to get married?
Well, my dad did say that he'd talked it through with Rex Lapis and that he was fine with it. Even contributed towards the wedding gift, apparently.
I'm getting comfortable, don't mind me.
Anyway, let's not dwell on that too much.
There we go.
So, Granny, I've gotten a hold of most of the stuff you asked for, except for Smaragdus Jadeite. I couldn't find any at all.
Is that so? But Smaragdus Jadeite is...
I know I got
really
Jadeite. I don't know if I got
essential.
Smaragdus Jadeite.
Yanfei, are you sure you can't find some other way? They have helped Liyue greatly, after all. It is only right that they are duly rewarded.
I know, Granny, you've told me 1,000 times already. Well, the chasm's definitely a no-go.
The chasm?
But there's still a chance we can figure out some alternative means of procurement. Hold on a moment. Let me have a look.
Where did that come from?
Whoa, that's a really thick book. What kind of things do you write in there?
Commercial consultancy. Or Snezhnaya. Ah, found him.
Already hate it.
Krusel. A Snezhnayan merchant who once came to me with some legal queries on certain articles in the legal codices. If my memory serves, all of them had to do with rare ores. He mentioned that he was considering acquiring some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins, and wanted to know if there were any legal ramifications that he should be aware of. Said he was planning to sell them in Snezhnaya. So, I guess I'll go look for him. With any luck, he'll have gotten his hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite, or might have an idea of where we can find some. Oh, you want to join me? I suppose that's no problem, but it's best if you just stand by and watch. If you try to get involved, you'll only risk placing yourself in legal jeopardy.
Wow, an Adeptus imploring us to avoid incurring legal liability. Well, that's the first. Best we be a little more careful than usual while we're with her.
So what that means is, Paimon, keep your mouth shut! Right, that's the dailies. That was a lot of padding. Where am I going? This way. Are we certain I don't have... I'm curious. Okay, key items... Bishop. That's a weird one. I thought for certain it would be something else. Although I guess it is a fragment of the spear itself. You don't look Snezhnayan. Or wait, maybe you do.
Hello, Mr. Krusel. How's business been?
Oh, good. Very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yanfei. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins. Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhi Qiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
You rent out hairpins?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhi Qiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full
You're renting
original
out
value.
hairpins.
In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Miss Zhi Qiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
In that case, might you know where Miss Zhi Qiao lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Her name sounds weird.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
So is the jadeite... Where am I going? Is the jadeite, supposed to be a conduit for power, or is it actually like something bringing in my ear, we need to like consume for the creation of the subspace dimension? Wait. Steal the book. Interesting layout of the building. They got stolen, didn't they?
Oh, whatever shall I do? Yes, that's me. Is there something I can...
How do you do, Miss Zhi Qiao? We understand from Mr. Crossell that you recently rented a pair of hairpins from him. My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
The hairpins? I can't lend them to you right now. I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up... My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the Kazm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. But now that I've lost the hairpins...
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of déjà vu?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Miss Zhi Qiao, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see.
That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can... True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the... Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Zhi Qiao looks like she's about to faint.
However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins.
Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the jadeite is genuine or not? Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins.
Except that if we found the hairpins, There'd no longer be any need to check whether the jadeite is genuine, would there?
Seems right.
Please. Please, don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay
Her statement doesn't
compensation
track.
per the contract.
There wouldn't be a need, like, you find the hairpins, but then there wouldn't be a need to check if it's genuine?
However much it is,
Aren't we supposed to be checking them anyways?
My family are merchants, after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contracts. Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer. I'll go in and...
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch. Finest No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things.
Good thing he is... Where is he? Oh, wait, I'm going the wrong way. Derp. I was like, he moved! He's on the run! Catch him! Tackle him!
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with
Did he
them?
make fake ones?
About that.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly, I am. I'll pay the
Mora! Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
Your voice did things.
All right, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum
I like
owed
her
by Mr.
horns,
Chow
they're
in
cute.
Compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossell.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Like 10 seconds ago, you didn't really give a
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and...
I need a place to sit. What?
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
Let me just spam my way through this one. Hire some help? Was that what I needed to do? This way.
Are
Yeet.
you running away?
Hello, I'm back. Am I done with that? I hate this. Don't get me wrong, this concept of like a quest is interesting because basically, okay, so basically like just to give you guys a rundown of what's going on. Oh, I go this way. Basically, in order to complete the quest I wanted to complete, I had to get an interaction with a character. Where am I going? Straight. That is currently busy with another quest. I want to hit somebody. Okay, I'm done. Where am I going? So basically,
Running away?
because of that, I couldn't complete this quest as fast as I wanted. And I like that idea. It's just very inconvenient for me right now.
Miss Yunfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No. What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living.
Rude.
Let's just say I made some deductions. I don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy. If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch. Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all.
Whoa!
I felt perfectly
Hold up!
Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Hold up! Wait a minute. Something ain't right. This guy... Does this guy know what Smaragdus Jadeite does, and he wants to make it to hairpins to sell to people? Why would you rent out hairpins? Everyone's insane in this world!
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity. If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave. And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone. After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Or keep us informed so we know what to do and how to play our parts.
Then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to should be a contract for everything. Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract. Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well.
One moment. Phone went buzz buzz. Phone going buzz buzz was not important.
And I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a
Paimon, I'm with
over
you.
here.
This hurts.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
All right, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy. Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve. Once we've got some... I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite...
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossell.
I'm listening.
So perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter. But either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it.
At least she's a good lawyer.
But again, let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... Where can we find... I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a perfect... If Mr. Crossell had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Good thing he's right there. Hey, boo. I don't like that it said a teapot to call home part 1.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yanfei. Is something the matter?
Why are you nervous?
Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossell enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnine merchant named Crossell, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them.
I don't mean this in an offensive way, but his vocal mannerisms now sound very much like a flamboyant homosexual man, and I love it.
He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there.
The way they
in fact.
point reminds me of the, I guess it was the Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where they just go point their fingers out and go, I just scared my dog with that.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Oh, how much more? Try your luck betting on Jade? Oops, that's a jump.
I want a new toy.
Huh? If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well... So, did you find anything? So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
It's because of how it was cut.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart. There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on it.
But never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossell...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to
Didn't they say that, didn't Yanfei say that the ore, the jadeite, causes shifts in personality in worst case scenarios?
Miss Yanfei? Might I be so...
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and these stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit. This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yanfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on...
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir.
With this hard evidence to back us up, Crossell will...
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think.
Where is she summoning that book from?
Jewelry. Aha! Got it! Singxi. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith.
Well, that was quick. How come you know so many people?
She's a lawyer.
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us. But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
Why are we focused on her box?
You memorized them?
Phrasing.
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
She got bored and read the legal boards.
Again, with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for...
Unfortunately, I am all out of time and I have to call it here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That means more content like this in the future. And if you come back on the regular and you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I'm really appreciative. I'm sorry we couldn't fight a boss today. I didn't realize how in-depth this quest was. I'm glad I decided to do it on camera. Because holy crap. Anyways, I'll continue this and hopefully it'll be over soon. Anyway, and beyond that, if you'd like to share this video with your friends, your family, your favorite group of legal advisors, I'd appreciate that as well. And if you would like to support me as a content creator, or if you'd like to join me as a fellow content creator / content lover, I have a Coffee, a Patreon, and a community Discord server link in the description below. Shito, please be quiet. Thank you. And as always, I will see you as we continue our adventures in Genshin Impact. Bye-bye!